Leave it there. I'm going to hit go live now.
I'm in a sweet spot. I'm feeling good. The sun is shining. I knew it would. The world's a playground. I'm in the clouds. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm on the big stage. I got my crew. I'll get you moving. It's what I do. The party's starting. It's going down. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. Check me out. Check me out. Just check me. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out.
If you came in on tonight and everything worked flawlessly, you'd all think something was wrong.
Hello, and welcome to the iconic Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari, or better known as Imola, for the today's thrilling GT3 sim race. This legendary circuit, nestled in the picturesque town of Imola in Italy, has been captivating motorsports enthusiasts since its inception in 1953. With its 4.9 kilometers of fast straights, technical corners, and challenging elevation changes, Imola is a true test of skill and precision. Famous for its rich history and unforgettable moments, this track has seen it all, from the high-octane drama of Formula 1 to the heart-stopping action of endurance and touring car races. Today, our GT3 drivers are ready to take on this demanding circuit, pushing their limits in the first round of the D.G.S.R ACC Season 12 series. In this round, we will be treated to 2 sprint races, as well as 2 qualifying sessions, one before each event, with the second one being a one-shot quali format, where one mistake can literally send you to the back of the grid. Currently, we are enjoying some pre-quali practice sessions, some final rounds to get so the drivers can get dialed in. And let's look at the timing table at the moment. At the top, we have Reg Gasson with the second 2 best sectors in P1 with a 1 minute 40.9. So just a shade under a 141, an absolutely stellar quick lap in the Honda NSX. followed by Nick Cooper in the McLaren with the 1:41.5, so a little over half a second behind Rich Gasson. And in P3, Phil Walker. Why do I always do this? It's Phil Walker, not Paul. Paul is, yeah, the other one. Anyway, Phil Walker in the Porsche 9N2 in P3. And in P4, Steve Richardson with the fastest first sector. Faster by a tenth and a half in the Mercedes AMG, clocking in a 1:41.7. In P5, again another Porsche. Rob Larby this time, and with a 1:41.8, but I am pretty sure those times are about to drop even further as soon as we get into the qualifying sessions. Anyway, chat, how are we doing? Did you anticipate this series with Alright, let me rephrase that you... how hard was it to wait for Season 12 to return? No one wants to talk to me. So lonely in the commentary booth. We are going to jump on board with Marek Dvorak in the Lamborghini, Mad Sports Lamborghini, for a lap around Imola. Navigating the Variante Alta, and now just final rundown to Ravazza 1 and Ravazza 2. Slightly slower Ravazza 1, feeding into a rather quick Ravazza 2 and onto a very long home straight. If you remember in the past, there used to be a chicane here before the pit entry, where Rubens Barrichello had quite a horrible crash, but luckily he got out of the car unhurt. Coming down to Variante Tamburello. It used to be a fast left-hander here, where unfortunately Ayrton Senna had his horrible accident. And now into Variante Villeneuve. Usually, or previously before, also a fast right-hander, where unfortunately we lost another soul here, Roland Ratzenberger. Going through the hairpin-like Tosa and up the hill through the Italian countryside into a very fast left-hander Pirotella, and then again downhill to a rather tricky section Acqua Minerali, where you have to turn and brake at the same time, and it catches out many drivers here. Not so long ago, Sir Lewis Hamilton as well. And again, we are at Variante Alta, and this has been a complete lap. And of course, we are again going to have another downhill run to the Ravazzas. Thank you, Marek Dvorak, for this treat, for having us on board. Let's see if we can maybe cast some commentator's curse onto him. Five more minutes before the quali starts. I don't think the organizers will let the timer run completely out, but we'll jump to the next session sooner. So at 9:30 for the British or GMT +1 time zone fellas. Wonderful helicopter shots. I do wonder though, where is Michael Stevens? Ah, there we go. We have spotted a wild Michael Stevens. he is going through his notes in the pit garage, picking his next, or the target for the race. But do not just sit in the pits. Let's maybe observe one of the new American V8 motor vehicles that was recently added to ACC. Of course, the Ford Mustang GT3. In this case, driven by Sydney Santons. Currently in P9 with a lap time of 1:42.1. Of course, we have to jump on board with this because it does sound amazing. I've not driven it, so I'm not sure how it is, but I've heard it's apparently amazing on brakes. And reset the pits he does. Let's find another Mustang driver, but all are in the pits. Oh no. That's a shame. Well, what about another V8 motor, but this time a British V8, the Aston Martin, driven by Carlos Barros. Hey James, indeed, here's to a cracking race. I hope you will enjoy it as much as the lads driving it will as well. Currently we have 39 drivers on board, so this will be a rather busy circuit. As you can see by the minimap right now, it's almost completely full, so we are indeed going to have a lot of action. And I can say with almost certainty that I will miss most of it, if not all of it. I do believe we are losing some people. We're down to 37. 36. Something's definitely happening. Interesting livery on this Aston. Portuguese flag there on the right hand side of the car. Also a little bit on the left side. I think the racing number is covering it a little bit. Not sure exactly what it says there on the side. It's definitely Carlos Barros on one of the doors, written on one of the doors, of course. I need to take a look at these liveries a little bit closer. I can see a lot of people returning to pits, so we might start with the quali soon.
Green light, go, go, go.
And here we go, cars are leaving the pits. I do believe it's AMS first to the road. Indeed. is in the front there. This would be Rob Larby, so it's not just AMS. It seems everyone's going out. Alright, everyone is going out. No split quali apparently. Rob Larby is leaving the pack, and just look at those blue dots on the track map. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. So let's see how many do we have right now. 38 cars on the track. Ooh, 78. Rich Gasson is on a yellow. Happened, Rich? Oh, just stopped by the side of the track, letting by some traffic. And he gets going again. And I do believe Rob Larby will start the lap. Full speed down to Variante Alta. Braking at around 150 meters, down to second gear, over the sausage curbs, up to third. And by the time he exits Varianta, already at the fourth gear. Braking again quickly down to third for Villeneuve and down to second. And at around 50 meters, brake and shift down to first for Tossa. Steep uphill climb towards Pirotella. A quick dab of the brakes at around 50, brake down or shift down to third. Try not to invalidate on the exit of Pirotella, and now the tricky Aqua Minerali. Oh, that might have been a little bit wide here, Rob. It was still valid, it was definitely costly on time. And the very bumpy Variante Alta. Just about fit all the cars in one lap, as you can see on the track map. And here, important exit out of Ravazza 2. You want to get on the power as soon as possible to carry as much speed down this very long straight. And indeed, that was an invalid lap. So Rob Larby will go again. And in the meantime, Eddie Wilkins was in P1. Right now, P1 is occupied by Paul Sadlowski, who did a 141.5 and is dispositioned from P1 by Steve Richardson in the AMG GT3. Some information from the crowd. Apparently Rich Gasson was changing some graphic settings. So all good. Hey, Denny Mac. Yes, indeed they are. Indeed they are. A 41.2 currently provisional pole. In the pro class. In the amateur class or bronze class, Rory Kilby overall in P9 is on a 1:42.7, which is around a second and a half slower than our overall P1, Steve Richardson. Hey, Rayola. Who the F are you? And silver P1, provisional silver P1 goes currently to Ryan Greenaway in the Porsche, doing a 1:41.9. An excellent lap, around 7/10 off P1. We have 29 cars with a set lap time. Make that 30. Rob Larby still without a lap time. And is in P38 at the moment.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, Denny.
What is happening?
A race. Can you
Oh my
imagine?
god. I totally forgot.
Yeah, I believe you.
Just looking at the times here, are we going to see a 140?
Rich did a 140 previously in practice, so possibly, quite possibly. Paul Sadlowski has now snatched P1 with a 141.15, so we are getting there. Rich Gasson is currently on a fast one, almost 3/10 up. Previous lap time 140.14. So it's looking spicy. Richardson seems to have parked it already in the garage. Oh no, he's going out on track.
He's out again, I think, yeah.
Yep. Rich is still improving. Almost 4/10 up. He's lost a little bit out on exit of Ravazza, but will still be a massive improvement. Good enough for P2
P1?
at the moment. Oh, P1.
P1? Yeah.
141.0.
Oh, I'd be surprised if we don't
close.
see a 40.
It's getting close. In the silvers, Tim Streeton has taken the provisional pole right now, but is sitting in the pits with a 141.8. Also a very, very good lap.
Rob Larby is on an absolute flyer. He's going to take pole if he finishes.
Ooh, Rob Larby is 8/10 up, which will give us a sub 41. Indeed, sub 40.89. A stellar lap, an absolutely stellar lap. Rich Gasson in the meantime has reset to pits. Paul Sadlowski in P3 is improving, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Although he is at the beginning of the lap, just about to enter the Variante Villeneuve.
Anybody else there putting in a screamer of a lap? No, we've only one person. Sargent hasn't put in a valid lap.
Yes, indeed. And that's not Logan Sargent.
You just took the words out of my mouth. Is it his ACC alter ego?
Will this be a set lap? No, he just begun his lap. Let's see if maybe we can curse him a little bit. Who is that behind him? That is car number 80.
Oh, we have a late joiner in Thomas Nowaki as well.
Oh, indeed. Car number 80 is our D.G.S.R golfer Jamie Armitage.
looking at this, and I think Rob Larby could be taking P1 tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Unless Rich can do something about it. Paul Sadlowski has just finished his lap at 141 dead. Oh, and he's in the grass. I think he might be resetting to pits. Or just cooling his tires, you know?
Yes,
So
yes,
just
yes.
iRacing.
Big brain.
Yeah, yep. Let's see, Rich Gasson has started his lap time. So he has almost 1.9, sorry, 0.19 seconds to make up for P1. So he has to give it his all. Tenths is going to be a little bit hard to find, especially since he's not improving throughout the lap.
That was an absolute flyer by Rob Larby.
Yeah, Rob had a lap of his lap time, I think. Think this lap will be it, Rich? No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
It's happening.
It's not even going to be an improvement. But he does get at least 2 more laps, depending on his fuel load and the state of his tires. In silvers, Tim Streeton still leading with a 141.83 and Ryan Greenaway behind him with a 141.87. Currently not improving either. In AMS, we have James Odell with a 142.39. And he's well clear of the next AM driver, Rory Kilby, who is
and he's
overall
improving
in
as well.
And he is improving indeed by good 0.3, which could improve his overall position to around about P11, P12 if he keeps up this improvement. But he seems to be improving it consistently. Had a bit of a bad exit out of... just a bad exit out of Aqua Minerale, I think.
Ooh, Steve Richardson is on a flyer.
Steve Richardson could also be up for sub 40.
Borderline to pip.
Oh, he does have traffic ahead of him. Will this impede him? Or give him a little bit of a tow? Yeah, that gave him a little bit of a tow for a 140.9. 8/100ths of a second behind Rob Larby.
Close, but no donut.
James Odell has improved to P12. That is one fast amboy, don't you think?
Yeah. I might suspect he's in the wrong class.
Could be. We still have 2 drivers who have not set a lap time. Thomas Nowrotsky, he hasn't done even any laps.
No.
And Sargent, who has done a couple of laps, but none were valid.
Yeah, we need to ask him how to pronounce his name as well.
Yes. Oh, and we have another improver, Phil Walker. He was up a little bit more before, but he seems to have lost some time. So this is the pink Roxy livery Porsche, and has lost out a little, even a little bit more out of Ravazza. Will improve, but probably not the position. Nope, stays where he is. Final laps are getting in. D.G.S.R will remain on P4. And there we go. That's the first quali session. Oh, sorry, still not over. Darren Menzies is improving by over a second, which should promote him rather up high from P30. He's currently in the last position of pros and goes to P18. Lovely. And this is now, I think, everyone. Indeed. So, short break before we go to the race, to the first sprint race. And here we are in the race session. So P1, Rob Larby with the Porsche 992, followed by Steve Richardson and Mercedes AMG, followed by Paul Sadlowski and the Ford Mustang GT3. In fourth, D.G.S.R and the Honda. P5, Nick Cooper and the McLaren. And in P6, Phil Walker again in another Porsche. In P7, Mark Townsend and Honda NSX. In P8, Marek Dvorak in the Lamborghini Huracan GT3. In P9, sorry, I forgot your first name. I'm terribly sorry. Last name Edwards. I think it's Nick,
Nathan.
but I'm not. Nathan Edwards. Sorry. Thank you, Hitman. And in the McLaren. And in P10, Tim Streeton in the Aston Martin. P10 is also our silver lead. And our AM lead is in P12. And here we go for the short formation run before the race start. I believe D.G.S.R was stopped on the grid, but I think he's catching up. Yes, he is. He is catching up. We are almost at green flag. A couple of more meters. And season 12 is...
Green light, green
Go, 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 go! We are go for 25 minutes of sprint racing. No pit stops. Flat out. Seems that the grid is making it through nicely. Rob Larby retains the lead. Absolutely no... Oh, there is some slow cars at the back. But it does seem everyone is still pointing forward. A surprising clean start. In
Don't jinx it
P1...
yet.
Battle for P1. Steve Richardson immediately on the attack into Tossa, but could not complete the move. That's a nice snake on the track minimap, right? Yeah, we had a bit of contact in the back, but I don't think there was anything serious. I think it should be rather okay. But
Yeah, I'm just going through them now.
Watchful eyes of Hitman will review them. There has been a swap in position in silvers. Ryan Greenaway has managed to get by Tim Streeton. I tried to find out if it was any later, but yep, apparently not, because here they are already swapped for positions. And of course I cannot cancel this now, so we are going to watch this until the end. Oh, thank you, James, for the updates. Yeah, apparently Rich's engine has stalled. So that was unfortunately an issue there, but he managed to get back into position. He is currently running in P4. I'm just waiting for the replay to end because I clicked on minus 60 seconds like the dummy that I am. And this is non-cancelable, so unfortunately we have to wait until the end. In the AMS, James Odell is comfortably leading ahead of Menno Dekkers, 9 positions between them. Up in front, Paul Sadlowski is piling on the pressure to Steve Richardson. Which is playing lovely into Rob Larby's hands as he gets a chance to pull away slightly. Gaps are slightly spreading out. Oh, James Reed into the pits. And Dean Hyde is also moving slowly, with the hood wide open. I think there was a contact, let's see, back here with 779. Oh my word. Yep. Stuck the nose up the inside and spun both cars around. That was James Reed and Dean Hyde. I think there's going to be a penalty there. Up in front, Steve Richardson is relentless, back on the bumper of Rob Larby. Half a second between them, a little bit less than half a second. Paul Sadlowski has dropped back a little bit and is in the clutches of Rich Gasson. We have an almost five-way battle for P1. Nick Cooper is also quite close and could still potentially make a move if any one of these makes an error, makes a mistake. And there could positions be up for grabs. Indeed, James. With so much weight added to the Ford Mustang, it could wreak havoc on its tires. Oh, and we have a penalty for car 109. Received a 5-second penalty added to a pit stop or at the end of the race. We will take a look what this was for. So 109 had a little bit of an argy-bargy coming into Variante Alta. Oh, send it way too deep. And absolutely, completely sent it into the back of Matt Keys, spinning both cars around. In silvers, we are also having a nice three-way battle for the silver lead, currently occupied by Ryan Greenaway and followed by Tim Streeton in the Aston Martin and followed closely by Nick Golding in another Porsche. And yet another closer battle is between David Lolek and Eddie Wilkins behind him. Coming up to Variante Alta. Will we see another move? Nope. I think Wilkins is a little bit too far behind to make that move. And has just lost out even more coming out of the chicane. Front few have distance each other a little bit. Still close, but not as close as this battle here. Maybe we will see something out of it, or maybe we can just curse a couple of those drivers here. Ryan had a very wide exit out of Variante Villeneuve, but not a big enough mistake to give any chances to Streeton behind him. Very difficult track to overtake. It does really need to go excellent for you. And speaking of, we are having an overtake attempt. And success by Phil Walker on Marek Dvorak. And Nathan Edwards has also exploited this opportunity to get past. Maybe we can see more specifically what happened. Oh, good exit out of Piratella by Phil Walker. And then all the way through Aqua Minerali. And Marek Dvorak just runs wide. And coming back on the track here, there's a rather large bump, and yeah, you lose a lot of speed, and it gives the cars behind you basically just the opportunity that they've been waiting for, and they are past you as soon as possible. Up in front, Nick Cooper has just posted the fastest lap of the race, a 1:41.3, and is on the back of Rich Gasson. And yeah, as I was saying, a very difficult track to overtake. There is a lot of technical sections and pretty much only one long straight where you have a chance to pick up a good slipstream and hopefully slip by. And in the technical bits followed pretty much all the way around from Tamburello to Ravazzas. Yeah, it's really hard to follow close by because of the aero wash and everything. And Steve Richardson retakes the quickest lap time of the race, a 1:41.29, and is right in the tracks of Rob Larby. Let's go to our trusty helicopter view. But I will have to swap because we are seeing a fight for position and for P2 in the silvers, where Nick Golding has just taken P2. Can he make it stick out of Tossa? I think he will be able to. And out of Pirotella, that might have been a little bit wide out of Pirotella. But I think that was a done move. Let's see how it happened. Around the outside, out of Variante Tamburello. Still on the outside into Villeneuve. And slips by beautifully into P2 of silvers. This has put them both off a little bit from Ryan Greenaway, who now has a comfortable lead of roughly 2 seconds. And talking about comfortable leads, let's move back to P1 battle, where it's a very uncomfortable less than half a second for Rob Larby. Richardson is properly piling on the pressure. Ooh, that was a bit jumpy over the curb there, Rob. Will Richardson try into Villeneuve? Nope. Maybe have a nice run through it and set something up for Tossa. But no, still too far back. Unfortunately for Steve, still too far back. Oh, these three, Wilkins, Sentence and Odell, are nose to tail, literally side by side. Sentence, or I should rather say Odell, trying to go past Sentence, and Odell will have an inside line into Pirotella, but the line is unfavorable to him, who runs wide, as well as Wilkins in front, but retains the lead through Aqua Minerali. Is this maybe where we're starting to see the Mustang tire deficit, because Odell slips one down the inside into Variante Alta and makes the pass stick. I believe this will be good enough for Odell, and do not think Sentence will be able to retaliate here. But who might be close for an attack again is Richardson. 0.1 of a second back, and Paul Sadlowski right on the back of that Marek as well. Oh, Rob had a run through the grass out of Tossa, and this has given Richardson a nice inside line through Piratella, and Paul Sadlowski is trying to make the move on Rob Larby as well. Richardson is through, but runs wide, almost wide on Aqua Minerali. Oh, this is excellent, excellent racing right here. This was a move for P1. And we might see another one. Paul Sadlowski might try a move down into Ravazza 1 on Rob Larby. He is very, very close. Let's see if Steve Richardson can now run away, or if Rob Larby can pull a fast one back on him. And as I predicted, yeah, there's a lot of action all the time on the track, and I don't know which action to follow closely.
If I may make a suggestion,
Yes, please.
zoom out so you can see the entire track, and then just let everyone watch everything.
Perfect solution. I think this will work best on Nordschleife. Richardson is building a slight gap over Larby. Half a second now, but Larby is keeping close tabs on him. Oh, and we have a couple of yellows all at the same time. What are you doing, guys? Why everyone at the same time? Let's see what has happened between Armitage and I think this is number... Ooh, oh! No, that was not it. That was not it. Let's see if maybe we can find it this way.
Sorry, I had to step away there for a moment. Anything happen?
Yes, I have Armitage in the wall. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think this is on exit of Villeneuve. Don't think we're going to see it.
What number is Armitage?
80. Car number 80. It's not in the contacts. It is a contact, but between someone else, so not sure what happened there. There was a contact between 85 and 3333. Oh, 85 just loses it coming into Tamburello.
Bad luck for all involved.
Indeed, indeed.
Let me see if I can find out what happened to Jamie.
I think Jamie is on the move again. Or did he... Or TG? Yes, I believe he is reset to pits. He was just parked on the entry to Tossa actually, and as far as we could see on the replay, there wasn't any contact, so it may have been some other issue on his end.
It looks like he just pulled off the track.
Yes.
I'm just watching his inputs here to see if there was any issue.
Speaking of action, we have Nick Golding following Ryan Greenaway very closely for the lead in the silvers. At 2 seconds, gap has evaporated to only half a second in a matter of laps. Oh, and another yellow, car number 36. Darren Menzies has reset to pits. Let's see what happened to Darren.
I can check that for you if you want to stay in the race.
We're just watching the replay. Almost loses it over Tamburello. And also just parks it. Everyone's just parking it. But we need to go back to the action and the silvers. Two Porsches going at it. Nick Golding of Reardon Racing and Ryan Greenaway of Snail Space Racing. A fraction of a second between them. Five more minutes remaining in race 1.
Nick and Ryan are having a great battle here.
Yep, we're just following that right now on the stream. Nick is literally in the tracks of Ryan's car. And we have another yellow at Aqua Minerali. This is number 75, Stephen Kroll. Are going to go see what's happening there in just a bit.
We'll check and see if there's anything scandalous.
No contact. Let's see if we can catch it on the replay. And the Ferrari 296 going into Aqua Minerali just loses the rear, loops it around and has to wait for a safe rejoin. There's almost nothing separating Nick and Ryan on the track. Oh, and Pavel Josvik in the background has just looped it. What has happened here? Was this a slight contact that I missed, or just dropped it on his own? Nope, just drops it on his own, unfortunately, and is into the wall, damaging his McLaren quite significantly.
It's unfortunate for Pavel, he was doing well there before he...
Indeed, he has now lost a couple of positions and is down to P15. And Ryan has managed to get a little bit of a breather. He is now almost a second up on Nick. Up in front, Rob Larby posted the fastest lap of the race, a 1:41.28, which is a 5 thousandths of a second quicker than Richardson's fastest lap.
I just see a message from Jamie in the chat here. No, Jamie, you're fine. You pulled off to the side. No harm done.
And I believe Rich Gasson has had an incident. He was in the gravel on the exit of Tamburello. What happened? He is all on his own over the curbs, and yep, rear loops it on him and has lost a couple of positions. Oh, and we had a position swap. Tim Streeton has managed to get by Nick Golding, but we might see another position swap here as well, because Golding is coming back at him on the outside of Piratella.
Yeah, this is an excellent three-way battle.
Indeed, this is playing excellently into Ryan Greenaway's hands, because he was able to extend his gap to over 1.5 seconds now, while Nick Golding is having to fend off Tim Streeton. An excellent battle indeed.
Alright, man, the leader is on the final lap.
Final lap for Richardson. Wrong car. Sorry. The Aston is ever slightly gaining. Nick is desperate to break the toe. Almost enough for an attack, but just not enough. We see another attack into Tosa. Yes. Oh, that is oof.
Oh.
And Nick Golding is... Oh, he kept it on the track. He kept it on the track. I think Streeton then backed off and let Golding have the position, because I'm not certain, but I think Nick Golding would have probably received a penalty here from what I've seen, so he opted for the safer choice and left Streeton to carry on. Okay, let's see. Steve Richardson just about to cross the start-finish line in the pros. P1 for Steve Richardson, followed by Rob Lorby in P2 and Paul Sadlowski in P3. For Silvers, Ryan Greenaway in P1, Nick Golding in P2 and Tim Streeton in P3, unless there's something horrible happens on the run down to the start-finish line, but apparently not. In the AMS, James Odell has won the first sprint race for the amateur class. Menno Dekkers in P2 and Rory Kilby in P3 of Snail Space Racing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the first sprint race, but do not worry, stick around. We are going to have a second race as well, but before that we are going to have a one-shot quali. Basically, each driver gets one lap to qualify, and whatever lap time they set, that is their qualifying pace or qualifying position. So if you make a mistake, you are basically done. So stick around and we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Yes, yes.
beginning of the one-shot quali. Hitman is dictating who gets to go when. We will try to keep it fair as to not have too much cars out on the track at the same time, to not impede each other. That's why we have a 60-minute quali time window here. But as soon as everyone completes or gets to complete that one lap, we will of course also advance onto the next session, so the second sprint race. So in the one-shot quali, if you bin it on the outlap, if you bin it on the actual lap, if you invalidate, that's it. No more chances. You go to the back of the grid. So then, as a driver, what do? Do you risk it all? Balls to the wall? Or do you go a little bit conservative? Maybe a hard decision. We have Rob Larby starting his flyer. Behind him, Steve Richardson on a flyer as well. It does seem like Rob is going all out because he knows overtaking here is difficult. And starting position might be king, because as we saw, Richardson was struggling the whole race to force Rob Larby into a mistake. And even then it was a tight overtake, it wasn't easily given to him. Rob Larby in the wonderful Manthe Racing livery. See what will Richardson be able to, Rob Larby be able to pull out of this lap. And it is 1:41.7. Steve Richardson right behind him. What will we see here? Oh, 1:41.3, followed by Paul Sadlowski. And it is Paul Sadlowski is a 1:41.4. Rich Gas on a 1:42.2. Nick Cooper, 1:41.6. Phil Walker, a 1:40.4 in the Roxy livery, pink Rexy. Mark Townsend in the 69 Honda in fucking mint. 1:42.1. And I believe this is the first batch of qualifiers just finishing and coming over the line. In the silvers, current P1 Tim Streeton of 1:42.6, and Ryan Greenaway snatches it with a 1:42.4. And this is a provisional silver pole. Oh, and James O'Dell in the AMS absolutely smashes it with a 142.2 overall in P6. So yeah, this is definitely one very, very quick AM boy. I wouldn't be surprised if yeah, his class will get adjusted. Next batch of cars, I can already hear them lining up, but I'm struggling to find who exactly is the first one out the gate. No cars on the track yet. There's 12 cars. Jamie Armitage had a computer freeze in the previous race. I hope we are going to see him back for the second race. And Pavel Jozwik is the first car out the gate in the second batch. Starting his outlap. In the first batch we had 12 qualifiers, which would mean we are going to get 2 more batches. I don't believe anyone invalidated in the first. Oh, we did have an invalid lap by Nathan Edwards. Nathan Edwards has a lap on the board, but no time. So I believe Nathan Edwards has invalidated his quali run and will be starting from the back. Pavel Jozwik about to start his lap in the McLaren 720 GT3. We have ten cars on the track. Tight around Tossa. I want to keep it too tight because the inside curb can unsettle the car. It is a little bit high and you can lose time this way. Here as well, don't go too tight over the inside curb because there is a rather large sausage on the inside and the cars usually don't like the sausages. Slippery through Aqua Minerale. Course, the high sausage curbs at Tossa. Some cars do manage to take those curbs full on, while in the others you have to avoid them a little bit more. As we saw, Pavel in the McLaren has pretty much avoided it. Just nibbled at the sausage curb. Nibbled the sausage. And is coming up for his lap. And it's a 143 then, currently in P13. Sorry, I missed who was the next one. Paul Dimol in the Porsche with a 144.2. 789, I believe this is Eddie Wilkins. Slots it into P14 with a 143.15. We have a bit of a gap. Roman Froller just navigating through the Ravazza 2 final turn. Dumps the tire a little bit on the sand. Might have lost him a couple of kilometers per hour there, and slots it in P15 with a 143.3. Followed by Stephen Kroll with 143.8. Thomas Pichon coming to complete a lap and slots it in P16 with a 143.4. But I believe this was, yeah, Rory Kilby, another fast AM, and 142.6. Nice. And I do believe we have car number 8 almost already out on track. Oh no, that's still in pits. That is still in pits. And Menno Dekkers is another victim of the one-shot quali, who did not complete a valid lap. I believe we... oh no, it was a reconnect. Okay, we are good. Cars are lining up. And here we have our very own Michael Stevens, who is beginning the third batch of the one-shot quali. Michael Stevens in the Nissan of the Great Pretenders will attempt to set a fast lap time in order to better his chances for the second race. Navigating through Tossa and starting the uphill climb towards Piratella and the rather chunky Nissan GT-R. We are surprised that we aren't seeing any sideways action from Mr. Stevens' car, as I believe this should be a very low TC, or maybe even a no TC. Oh, a TC2 actually, which is even more surprising for Michael Stevens, as he does like his rear end to be quite wiggly. We are seeing more and more cars pouring out onto the road, but we will not have enough space to fit all of them, unfortunately. Michael Stevens is beginning his fast lap now. Coming up to Dvorak, braking heavily down into second gear. And accelerating through the second two corners of the Variante. Quick dab of the brakes on the turn-in, and then mash the brake more for the second corner of Villeneuve. And heavy braking for Tossa. Keep it tight around the inside curb, and do not run too wide out onto the grass at the exit of Tossa. Uphill once again, feeling Piratella, very fast left-hander, where it's very easy to run wide and invalidate your lap. However, Michael Stevens is not invalidating, or was not invalidating in that case, and is already through Aqua Minerale. Just a couple more corners. First the Variante Alta, A little bit slidey on the exit, but we are used to see more from Michael Stevens in terms of slidiness. And on the fast downhill approach to Rovanse 1, feeding into Rovanse 2. Quick dab of the brakes to get the nose turned in, and full throttle and run to the finish line. What will it be for Michael Stevens? And this is P18 with a 1:43.4, a very respectable lap time. Alright, next over the line was Dieter van Brabant. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his team name because it's just a tongue breaker. With the 1:44.6, and right now we're watching Bruce Oos drop it into P21 with the 1:44.1, and Javier Fare with the RTO Racing Team Ford Mustang with a 1:43.9. Next to cross the line, Matt Keys in the Aston Martin. Where will this put him? In P21 or 1:43.9. Who do we have next? Matt Gale in the other Nissan, a 1:44.9. Dean Hyde just crossing the line in a 1:45 dead. Next one to cross the line was 779. I actually can't find that car. Oh, that was James Reed without a valid lap. Sargent sets a valid lap with a 1:47. And Wayne Bennett in the 741, also without a valid lap. We have everyone with a lap attempt except for Vitor Ferreira and Thomas Nowrotsky. Menno Dekkers, Wayne Bennett, Nathan Edwards, and James Reid did not set a valid lap time. And I am unsure what will happen with Ferreira and Nowrotsky, if they just opted not to do their laps or if they are going to do their laps right now. But while we wait, oh, we are not waiting, we are advancing. We are advancing to the next session. And we will be back with you in just a moment. And here we go for the second race. In P1, Steve Richardson, followed by Paul Sadlowski. In P3, Nick Cooper. P4, Rob Larby. P5, Mark Townsend. In P6 and P1 for ABS, James Odell. P7, Rich Gaston. P8, Phil Walker. P9, Ryan Greenaway, Silver P1. And P10, Nick Golding. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to go through all of them, and I'm really sorry. Maybe next time. But we can already hear the engines rumbling for the second race.
I'm expecting big things here. They performed brilliantly in race 1.
Indeed. We go, just a couple of 100 meters separates us from the start of race 2. Steve Richardson has the inside line, but who will have a better reaction time off the line, and how cleanly will it go through this time? Go green in now. That was a little bit slow from my side. And Richardson and Paul Sadlowski are pretty much side by side going into turn 1. Paul attempts a move around the outside, which gives him the inside for turn 2, but goes too deep over the sausages and loses out. Nick Cooper, I believe, has made a position, and we have a yellow flag in the background. 741 Wayne Bennett, 997 Sentence, and I believe James Reed in the 779 as well. The front of the field seems to have been slotted in to their positions just fine, so we can maybe afford to look what happened in the background. Reed here in the middle. Oh my word. Did not brake soon enough and ran into the back. Another argy-bargy moment here, or just a little bit of door rubbing? Yep, I believe just a little bit of door rubbing between Bruce Oos and Javier Farre. Oh! And that's a big one. That's a big one through Variante Alta. Javier Farre is again involved in this incident. As well as Rory Kilby. Kilby on the inside just goes in too deep. Oh, and hits car number 6. And then I think there was a separate incident behind that involving... Yes. Ooh. Who was that too deep? 303. Javier Farre just absolutely murders the Nissan of Matt Gale. So, Hitman, he will have things to do. Up in front, Paul Sadlowski is right on the back of Steve Richardson, is not wasting any time in the slipstream up to Piratella, but cannot make a move. 40 kilos is really hurting the Mustang. But Nick Cooper behind him is anxious to pounce. Seems the murders have somewhat settled in right now. So let's go through the field. In silver, we have Nick Golding leading from Ryan Greenaway with a healthy gap of 1.5 seconds. And in AMS, James O'Dell has lost quite a bit of places, but is still in AM P1. Followed by less than a second by Rory Kilby and the black Porsche there in the background. Nick Cooper has fallen a little bit behind and is being hounded by Rob Larby in P4, while Paul Sadlowski in P2 is still hounding Steve Richardson. And a little bit back, we have two Hondas going at it, Mark Townsend and Rich Gasson. Rich trying left, trying right, but there is no way through at this occasion, but is very close now and will probably have a run down to Ravazza. Is pulling alongside, has the inside line now, just needs to be better on the brakes, and I believe he is through, unless there will be a switchback by Mark. No, I believe this is it, unless a tow can say something here. Well, I do think Mark is already too far behind to get a significant amount of tow to be able to attack into turn 1. And that is Rich Gasson up to P5. Up in front, Paul Sadlowski is really close to Steve Richardson now out of Villeneuve, and is following him right in the tracks out of Tassa. Will there be enough of a suck for Paul to make a move? Again, unfortunately, I don't think so. I think the 40 kilos is, yeah, hurting the Mustang really bad in accelerations, but probably is making it a little bit more fair in the braking zones. But we can still see how Paul basically gets right onto the rear bumper in the braking zone. We seem to have a yellow flag in Piratella. Car 147, James O'Dell out of the AM lead has now lost the lead. Was there a contact? Yes, indeed there was. James O'Dell versus, I believe this was Carlos Barros behind him. Was there a contact actually, or did he just drop it on his own? I believe Hitman will take a closer look at this one. And this has now given the lead of the AM class to Rory Kilby. And Wayne Bennett again in a yellow flag in the sand. Oh, what has happened? Oh my word, Javier Farre is having a murder night. No, sorry, that was not Javier Farre. Sorry. Yeah, it was, sorry, it was Javier Farre. We can see a couple of penalties already being dished out to Dieter van Brabant, 15 seconds. And James Reed has earned himself a 5-second penalty for something that he has clearly committed somewhere, although I don't see where. Maybe Hitman will grace us with that information. And now Odell is on the hunt. He wants to recover his positions, going on around the outside through Aqua Minerali, but has to back out. Has to back out of there. There's just no way. And now tries inside, the inside light into Variante Alta, and makes it through. Makes it through. And we have Sargent in the wall, and has since already recovered. Nathan Edwards also making up positions after the mistake in the qualifying and not setting a lap time. He's currently on the back of the AM leader Rory Kilby. Oh, and I believe we have Nick Golding in the sand. Nick Golding has lost the lead of the silver class to Ryan Greenaway. No idea what happened there to Nick Golding. Maybe we can catch it on a replay. You can see Nick Golding in a white Porsche here, followed by the black one of Ryan Green. Oh, jumps over the sausage curb of the Variante Villeneuve and puts it in the sand and has to wait for the track to clear up so that he can rejoin safely. And Ryan Greenaway is once again in the lead of silver class.
Hello, I'm back. I have finished my review of incidents and caught up. You were asking about some incident in particular?
I was, I believe, for James Odell. He received a 5-second penalty, although I could not have seen anything that has happened to him, so I'm just wondering what the occasion there was. You know, I have to check up on you, Hitman, because otherwise this is just a shit show.
No, James Reed has a 5-second penalty.
Am I really that bad?
James Reed had the 5-second penalty for the incident at the start where he laid broke and collided with a couple of cars.
Alright, thank you. Thank you, and
no problem.
Thank you, and sorry for doubting you.
It's alright, it'll probably be reversed after the race anyway.
Anyway, let's have a look what's happening where. Couple of, again, close actions.
Oh, yeah, the battle for 9, 10, 11 there is within a second, 3 cars, and Roman Frawler's crawling up behind them as well.
Oh yeah, you are indeed right. I think we'll have an excellent view from the wing of Ryan Greenaway's car. It's just a train of cars behind him. Of course, if the wing wasn't in the way. Can we put this camera a little bit lower or higher? Would be great.
F7, recap.
There we go. Oh no, there we don't go. There we go.
There we go.
Coming closer and closer and closer. Oh, but no donuts. Again, no donuts.
Speaking of donuts, I'm getting hungry.
Oh, nice. I would like a donut too. But up in front, we have Rob Larby making a move on Nick Cooper. They are going into Piratella, and Rob Larby made it stick. Rob Larby has made it stick.
Sadlowski is closing in on Richardson as well in P1 and
Is he trying to make a move into Variante Alta? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Very bumpy over the curbs here. Let's see if we can catch that pass. By Rob Larby. Just has a better run out of Tossa, and then Nick Cooper has to concede on the exit. I mean, on the entry of Pirotella. Sorry, on the entry of Pirotella. Why do I all of a sudden have ACC race control showing me everyone has gained a position? Even Steve Richardson. This doesn't make sense.
Somebody has left the server, have they? Oh no, it's gone again now.
Yep. Marek Dvorak trying to make a move on Tim
Sadlowski's
Streeton.
going for it.
Ooh, sorry, I don't know which to show. But Dvorak has kind of made it stick here. It has allowed Josvik to... Oh, are we gonna see a three-way? Nope. Nope. Sorry, a three-wide, not a three-way.
Dirty.
Yeah. In the wrong movie. I'm in the wrong movie.
You're in the wrong section of Chartbusters.
Marek couldn't make it stick, and this has now dropped him into the clutches of Josvik. Another yellow in Tamburello. James Reed again losing positions. And we have Paul Sadlowski again on the back bumper of Steve Richardson's Mercedes. Yeah, here the penalty, or the not the penalty, but the added weight on the Merc was very good and apparent, because the Merc just basically pulled away. Gasson in P5 set a fastest lap of the race of 41 dead, and is closing up onto the wing of Nick Cooper. Another potential action. And AMs are also closely contested between Rory Kilby and Menno Dekkers. Roughly a second separating them. Matt Gale and Bruce Oos are still going at it. Still less than 2/10 between them.
I'm going to ask you, look at Andy Sargent and Mario Ferreira. Oh, never mind. Ferreira just meant to pass. They've been battling hard for the last 2 laps.
Yep, as well as Matt Gale and Bruce Oos. They are literally nose to tail.